Hey guys, welcome back. It's KB Alpha, and welcome to Everlasting Summer. I know I've said it several times that it's Eternal Summer. Nope, it's Everlasting Summer. I am so sorry, but when we last left off, we met several of the girls, and one of them almost wanted to kill us, but ended up going after the dude that was our supposedly new friend. I forget his name, but his name is somewhat kind of cheesy if you know what I mean. I suck at jokes. Anyways, so now it's dinner time, and we are going to get some nom noms, and I'm personally excited because I love nom noms. So let's go. Must be the dinner call. I headed towards the canteen. It was a good thing now I knew where it was. Olga Dmitrievna was there, standing on the porch. I stopped and looked closely at her, as if I were expecting something. She looked back at me for a while, then at last came closer. Semyon, what are you waiting for? Come in already. Guess nothing bad can go if I go with her. My stomach backed me up here. Obviously, I'm very hungry. I mean, I've just had my world turned upside down. I don't know what the heck's happening. I want some food. Wow, that's a lot of people. The two of us went inside. The canteen looked like a canteen. I'd had a chance to visit a factory canteen at some point in my life. This one was exactly the same, just maybe a bit cleaner and more modern. Metal chairs and tables, glazed tiles on the walls, and on the floor, unsophisticated tableware with the occasional crack. Guess that's what a canteen in a pioneer camp is supposed to look like. Semyon, wait a moment. We'll find you a place to sit. She looked around the place. Oh my gosh. That is freaky. Vachevskaya, hold it right there. Olga Dmitrievna shouted at Alyssa, who was passing by. What? What's up with your clothes? Anything wrong with them? Indeed, her attire looks somewhat provocative. Get your uniform nice and neat right now. All right. Oh, that looks much better. Alyssa got her shirt right and walked past, shooting an unpleasant glare at me. So, where can we find you a place to sit? There weren't a lot of free seats. Go over there, next to Ulyana. Yeah, it's fine. The food's already on the table, too. I had no other choice but to accept. Oh, what's this? In common name, coletta, cutlet is minced meat, fried or baked in the shape of a ball or cylinder, close to American patties. Compote is a drink made by boiling fresh or dried fruit in a large amount of water. Compote in French. You see, and they said you never learned anything by playing video games. Ha! I learned about Russian society. Anyways, back to the game. Of course, there was the possibility that the cutlets were poisoned with curare, the mashed potatoes generously seasoned with arsenic, and the glass filled with excellent antifreeze instead of compote. But it all looked so tasty that I had no choice. I had no chance to resist. Hey! What do you want? What do you want? Sorry. I replied rather rudely to Uyan, who was sitting next to me. Why didn't you play football with us? Look at her. She's like, hey, man, what gives? She's like, what the fuck, man? Because of my clothes. Said I, pointing at the source of the problem. Oh, alright then. Eat. However, there wasn't much left to eat. You little snitch! My cutlet was missing from the plate. Only she could have done it. No, more precisely, none but Ulyana could have done it. Give me back my cutlet! In a big family, you snooze, you lose. It can cost you a cutlet if you're careless. Give it back, I'm telling you. What do I do? You know, it could be fun. I'm gonna try and take the cutlet. I looked at her menacingly and was about to reach out my hand. See, I don't have it. And indeed, Ulyana's plate was empty. It seemed that this little girl eats as fast as she steals someone's cutlet. Take it easy, we'll work something out now. She grabbed my plate and ran off. There was no point in following her. If they wanted to poison me here, they could have done it in a much easier way. About a minute later, Uliana returned and handed me the plate with a steaming hot cutlet on it. Ooh, that looks good. Here's one for the starving. Thanks. It was all I could say. I was so hungry that my suspicions were gone in a flash. I picked up the cutlet with my fork and... What? What the? Some bug! No, not a bug, an insect! It got legs and it's wriggling! The plate fell and broke into pieces. The chair hit me hard on my leg while falling. I've disliked insects since I was a child, but when these creepy crawlies appear on my plate, it's way too much. You little... Uliana seemed ready for such a twist and was ready at the door. Oh my god, Ethan, quit messing! Laughing as if she had just heard a fresh stand-up comedy joke. I dashed after her. We ran out of the canteen. We were just a few dozen meters apart, and I felt I would catch this little girl easily. We ran through the square, past the club's house, and ran onto the forest path. I started to gasp for breath. I should have quit smoking, I guess. So wait, we smoke too? Uliana passed out of sight on the next turn. It can't be true that she managed to get away from me. It simply can't. I stopped and tried to catch my breath again. Midnight was falling. Looks like I'm lost. It's a bad idea to stay in the woods at night. Better get back to the camp. However, I had absolutely no clue which way to go. Well, gotta choose at random. I wandered for quite some time in the forest and even thought of crying for help, but finally I saw the camp's fence beyond the trees. Everything fell back into place. The bus is gone. I mumbled quietly. On the one hand, that voice cracked though. On the one hand, there was nothing strange about that. The bus couldn't just stay there forever. On the other hand, it meant that there was someone driving, because buses do not drive themselves, and we finally clarify this. Or do they? This world seemed too normal, but every event here had at least two explanations for it. An ordinary, real, everyday explanation, and a surreal one. Certainly, the driver could have just been off for a snack, and I left too soon, and that's why... In any case, this is not the place for me. Whether that bus drives itself or not was probably an important question, but it was much more important to know how I got here at all. And where this here was. The fields and the woods stretching towards the horizon had no answers. There was nothing familiar about them. ... A strange, odd, and alien world. However, at the same time, it was absolutely not frightening. Sorry, I pushed that early. Either my self-preservation instinct decided to resign from its job, or all this running around the camp and the local pioneers had lulled me so much with their carefree normality that I was simply forgetting what had happened to me just a couple of hours ago. Although I probably just had no strength left to worry. All I wanted was some peace, calmness. I wanted to just have a break from it all, and only after that would I continue looking for answers, ready and reloaded. However, that would be sometime later. What about now? Can I allow myself to relax? ... It got completely dark, and in any case, it was better to spend the night in the camp. I was about to head back, when someone came up silently from behind. I'll bet you it's Uliana. Oh no, it's Slavia. Hello. What are you doing here so late? ... It was Slavia standing behind me. That's what I just said. I was so surprised that I jumped. So, you didn't catch Uliana, did you? She smiled. I nodded disappointedly and sighed. No wonder. No one ever has. Yeah, she's a real rocket girl. She could have found a better use for her energy than looking for adventures. You must be hungry. You didn't manage to have dinner after all. That stomach growl. Indeed, I had completely forgotten about my hunger, but after these words of hers, my stomach drew attention to itself by giving a traitorous rumble. Slavia smiled. Let's go then. What, is the canteen still open? It's all right. I have the keys. Keys? Yes, I have keys to all the facilities in this camp. How come? Well, I'm something like the camp leader's aide here. Oh, I see. Well, let's go. It was an offer you can't refuse. When we reached the square, Slavia stopped in her tracks. Excuse me, I should warn my roommate that I'll be late. She's so punctual herself that she'll be worried otherwise. You go on to the canteen, and I'll come in a minute, alright? Alright. I really did not expect to find somebody aside from myself there at such a late hour. And that somebody was apparently trying hopelessly to open the door. Without any secret thoughts, I walked up onto the porch. The lockpicker turned out to be Alyssa. I should have probably kept off and waited. She looked at me intently for a while and then said, Don't just stand there. Give me a hand or something. Meaning, help me open the door. Why? Because I want some buns and kefir. Dinner wasn't big enough. Is that really a good idea? Aren't you hungry yourself, huh? Well, Yana didn't let you have a normal dinner, did she? She smiled sarcastically. It's true, she didn't. It's fine, Slavia will come now and... What? Yes, I shouldn't have said that. Oh. She's kind of scary now. I'm off then. You'll pay for this. You owe me too already. Having said that, Alyssa disappeared into the night. That was freaky. Damn, is there some kind of rivalry going on between them or something? And what was the first one? ... Slavia didn't keep me waiting for too long. Is everything alright? Yeah, why are you asking? No reason. It's nothing. It would be better if I didn't tell her about Alyssa. Everything's fine. I said that and immediately heard a note of dishonesty in my voice. Well, shall we go? As for Slavia, she seemed not to have noticed anything. Or at least she was pretending she hadn't. We entered the canteen. Wait a bit. I'll go get something. I sat down on a chair and obediently waited for my savior. What in the... That is just a stark contrast. Holy crap. My dinner was simple. A few buns and a glass of kefir. No wonder. I bet hungry pioneers finished everything off. However, even that was far better than most of my usual diet. Slavia sat across the table and looked at me while I was eating. Is there something on my face? Oh, sorry, that's me. Is there something on my face? No, just... She smiled. So how did you like your first day in camp? Well, I don't really know. It's silly to ask someone who suddenly found himself in a different reality whether he liked the food in the canteen, or the camp leader, or his assigned hut. It's alright. You'll soon get used to it. Slavia stared out the window dreamily. Frankly speaking, I have no desire to get used to such things. As for her, she doesn't know. It looks like she's looking at me kind of scared. Or at least she wants me to think that she doesn't. Well, all in all, it's nice here. I had to somehow break the awkward silence. Do you think so? She asked without any interest. Yeah, this place is so... I wanted to say retro, but I managed to hold that back. After all, it was retro for me, but what about them? It might be the only kind of life they knew. If the term life was applicable here at all. So how? She watched me closely, as if something important depended on my answer. Well, I don't know. Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely here. I guess you're right. She smiled again. It's very good that you think so. Why? Well, not everybody likes it here. My God, give me a few moments. Okay, I'm done. And what about you? Me? Yes. Yes. I love it here. It's great. Then you don't need to worry about what other people think. Well, I don't really worry. Slavia laughed. This conversation seemed to be leading me far astray from where I wanted to get to. And you're worried yourself. Really? Why do you say so? Well, when someone is chewing so intensely... I'm sorry. It's okay. I couldn't bring myself to be more cautious around this girl. But why her in particular? Why not any other local inhabitant? Every one of them looked completely normal to me. Precisely normal. So normal it sends chills down my spine and into my marrow. Normal, not like a neighbor with a power drill in one hand and a subwoofer in the other. Not like a passenger you can often meet in a subway or on public transport. Not like a coworker at the next table in an open plan office. And not even like a friend who only differs from other humans in his constant insistence. All of them looked normal, as I would expect them to be. Their own downsides, but without any superpowers. Slavia was also cute? I glanced at her stealthily, not knowing what to say. I'm sorry, I wanted to show you the camp but ran off my feet. I didn't miss anything while on my own, I guess. Are you sure you haven't missed anything at all? She smiled so brightly that I had to drop my eyes in confusion. Well, how would I know? It's my first day here. Okay, and what have you seen so far? I've seen the square, its canteen, the football field. And what about the beach? Just from afar. You really should go there. Well, let's do it together. Yeah, okay, we will. Her naturalness started to scare me, but then I thought, what if everything that happens here is how it's supposed to be? This world looks strange only to me, while for them it is normal? Maybe I was thrown into the past? Yes, that would explain a lot. Can I ask a stupid question? No. Slavia smiled and stood up from the table. It's late. Can you find the way to Olga Dmitrievna's by yourself? Of course I can, but why should I go there? She'll settle you with someone. What for? Probably this question seemed... Aw, she looks so adorable! Probably this question seems stupid because Slavia bursted into good-natured laughter. You need to sleep somewhere, right? That makes sense. Fine, I'll be off then. Good night. Night. Strange that she left in such a hurry. A bundle of keys left in the door lock caught my attention. I was going to catch up to Slavia, but where does she live? Knocking on every door during the middle of the night didn't sound like a bright idea. Okay, I'm going to leave this question for future Jake. He's going to take care of it in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I will see you guys on the other side. Peace out.